Hey folks, welcome to FiddleHed Fiddle Lessons. Today I'm going to show you how to play chord backup to the tune Blackest Crow, Appalachian song, and I'm going to make it very simple is the basic message. You could do more complex things with chords, but my main goal is to get you started doing it so you can have fun playing backup. You can play along with songs you like on the radio. You can switch between backup and playing melodies. There's all kinds of fun stuff you can do, and I think you'll really enjoy developing as a musician in this way. So I'm going to start by playing a verse and a chord, just one verse of the tune with chord backup. I'm doing it in the key of G, and then after I play this one verse, I'll show you the chords and talk a little bit about how you can practice chord backup. You ready? Okay, here we go. The time draws near, my dearest dear, when you and I must part. But little do you know of the grace and woe of my poor aching heart. It's what I suffer for your sake, you're the one I love so dear. I wish that I was going with you, or you were staying here. And so on and so on. You go off and you play your melody, and then you come back and do another verse or whatever. All right, so let's get started. Before I forget, I just want to say that on the FiddleHed site, I've got a lot of lessons on chord backup. So I just want to encourage you to check it out. This page will be up for free, and part of the content will be free for you to play with and help you to learn the tune. And so just follow the link in the description, and cool, thank you. All right, so the tune is in G major. You need to know 4 chords for this song, and I'm going to teach you pretty simple versions. I picked the key of G. Well, it actually works well for my voice, which is part of why it's good to be able to play things in different keys, but it also happens to be a very easy way to play the chords. And so I'm going to start with D major. It's just going to be G1 and open D. And then we're going to have a C, which is open G and D1. And then G major, which is just open G and open D. Maybe the easiest chord you can play. Then for E minor, I'm going to give you 2 versions. The easiest version is just open G and D1. And then a more challenging version involves is having your G2 down, your second finger, and D1. They both work just fine. Let's test out both. So I'll just do the first line with the easy version of E minor, open G and D1. The time draws near, my dearest dear, when you and I must part. Totally works. Now the other version would be the time draws near, my dearest dear, when you and I must part. You can do a lot of fun things with chords in general, but I just threw that in. I don't want to get off track. You can slide into them though. So, okay, so both those chords work, and I didn't really want to talk about the theory. I wanted to really keep you on track with playing it. Maybe at the end of the lesson or in another lesson I'll talk about that. And I also give workshops on this, and there's some birds flying up above. It's like the beauty and the pro and the con of giving a lesson outside is that there's all this wonderful stuff happening. Anyway, chimes are going. Okay, so back to the task at hand. So the main thing I want you to get out of this lesson when learning chords, if you're new to it, is to practice each chord transition. So the first chord transition is D to C. So I want you to extensively go D to C. Absolutely master that. In fact, take a moment, pause the video, and practice that right now. All right, so on the FiddleHed page, there are very focused loops for everything that I teach, but for this, I'll have you practicing just this transition, and then there'll be a practice loop for the transition from C to G, and then a transition from G to E minor, or from the harder version of E minor. But even if you don't subscribe to my site, you can still practice this way. Just pick 2 chords from a song and go deep with them and play all kinds of rhythms with it. See what you can do with it. Just really deeply learn it. And then, because if you learn D to C really well, it's going to help you with like 1,000 other songs, right? Okay, so you may have noticed that I did a different rhythm when playing the tune than just now. So I want to say that if you're totally new to this, I highly recommend the simplest possible bowing, just long notes. This is a waltz, so in the waltz, it'll be a dotted quarter note. You don't really need to remember that unless you already read sheet music. So if you're playing the easiest rhythm possible, it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I was wrong, it's a dotted half note. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Another easy one for waltzes would just be quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And if possible, give a little accent to the downbeat. All right. And so now I'm going to talk about what I did in the video. I did more of this rhythm. And here's the basic pattern. I recommend doing it without even fingering at first, just G to D. So it's just G, double stop, G and D, and then another double stop. So you get an effective. It's almost like you hear a bass note, like bass, chord, chord, bass, chord, chord, bass. So again, don't try to do this on the whole song right away. Master it on the open strings. Maybe try it faster. And then maybe do it on 2 chords, D to C. And so on, okay? So I think that's pretty much it for what I wanted to show you guys. So on the site, I teach the tune in A major, so I'm just going to briefly show the chords in A major. So they would be E, so it would be E major. Let me just do the first line. The time draws near, my dearest dear, when you and I must part. And you could also do it on D and A strings. The time draws near, my dearest dear. So the chords are, I think it's a little easier on the D and A strings, and the chords there would be E major, D1 and A1, D major, open D and A, and then A major, just D1 and A. And then F sharp minor, D2 and open A. The time draws near, my dearest, you and I must part a little, and so on. Cool. So if you found this lesson helpful, please hit the like button and the subscribe button. I really appreciate it, and it will help me to continue making these lessons. And if you want to go deeper with it, I have a lesson page on this, how to play backup for this tune, with some finger charts and other things to help you get it, play along tracks, and just follow the link in the description for that. I also am creating a lot of lessons on chord backup, and I lead group lessons on this as well. So if you're interested in that, just see what we're doing on FiddleHed. Now that you can do this, you can play chords on a song, just go and master it. Just play it to your heart's content, and eventually, like anything, this process will get faster and faster. So I want to encourage you to keep doing it. And there's a lot more we could do with chords, a lot more we could learn about the theory of them. And I'm gonna probably have some of that on the lesson page on FiddleHed, just a little bit, but I like to really present that to people who are interested, because I've noticed that some students get thrown off by the theory, and what I think is most important is that you're just doing it, you're just practicing it, and that's the goal, to get you rolling. Okay, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on FiddleHed. Bye. Go to fiddlehead.com for a progressive, step-by-step course outline, color-coded tabs, play-along tracks, sheet music, and much more. Thanks for watching the video. Excellent! And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.